Hey, this is Derica Famasili, your host on the Happiness Recipe Summit, where top experts are revealing their secret ingredients so you can create your own recipe for happiness. And today's vital ingredient is all about letting go negative blocks so you can awaken your creative mind, body, and spirit connection. I'm very honored and I feel lucky to announce and speak with our guest expert today, Joann Lysiak.
Hello.
Thank you. Joann is passionate about living her purpose as a mind, body, spirit coach and energy specialist by empowering self leaders to ignite their divine power. She inspires others to activate their intuition, reach their divine potential in mind, body, and spirit, and create a life filled with her heart's desires. With her 20 plus years of accomplishments in personal growth industry, she has empowered thousands of people to achieve greatness through her public speaking events, corporate training, seminars, online coaching, training events, and programs, and one on one coaching clearing sessions. Her intuition guides her to get to the cause of what is holding her clients back, clear it, and coach them to create their life desires. She enlightens people on how they can shift their thinking to transform their life through their intentional efforts. Joann encourages people to achieve their desires and fulfill their dreams, just as she has in her own life. After her own health crisis, she learned firsthand how to heal in order to turn around her crisis to become her greatest health triumph, career, and current life purpose. She walks her talk, living a healthy lifestyle filled with abundant energy, vitality, happiness, and longevity, and empowers others to integrate mind, body, and spirit into their daily lives. When you ignite your divine power and be it, you will experience a magnificent life. Joann is a certified nutritionist, applied kinesiologist, certified in QRA, master best practitioner, master life coach, and is it Akashic?
Akashic.
Akashic Records facilitator, ooh, energy specialist, and jewelry designer. Woo! Welcome, Joann.
Thank you, Derica.
We're so excited to have you on the show. I know I can feel the energy of everyone. It is such a blessing. Again, I feel so lucky to have you on the show because of who you are, where you came from, all of the wisdom that you have to share with us. It's going to be an amazing, empowering show, you guys. Please do grab your blue pen, white paper. Blue pen, white paper, take notes because she is going to be dropping nuggets of gold on us today, and you don't want to miss this. So take those notes, take copious notes. All right, Joann, let's go ahead and jump on into the show. Can you
Yes,
share
yes.
a little bit more about you and how you became this amazing mind, body, spirit coach and energy specialist?
I sure can. It was a journey. It was totally a journey. And what really brought it to light on my progression of where I am now as to where I was before, I was invited to write a chapter in a book, and it was Ignite Your Modern Goddess. And it was in May this year. And I just jumped in and did it. And my chapter was about my journey. And so it was very clear in my mind how this all transpired and how it evolved, because that's what it is. It was an evolution. It was something that it was a divine evolution of where I was and where I am today. And it's I think with most people that are specializing in wellness or mindset or energy work, it's because it's your mess becomes your message. In other words, my life, I had a couple wake up calls in my life, when I was one when I was 24, and then a few years later, and the first wake up call really shook me up and had me focus on health, on wellness. And then the second one that happened, that was really severe because I wasn't able to function. And at that time, I was a jewelry designer. And I started learning about energy work because of the stones I was using. I use all natural gemstones, which have energy powers and properties. So I started really tapping into that and became very aware. And I've always been intuitive, so I knew that there was something really seriously wrong. And I had to go down the rabbit hole to find what it was because the medical industry failed me. You know, I went through some processes there that had really bad side effects on me. And then the misdiagnosis, it was pretty serious. So anyway, I went down the rabbit hole and I spoke with people that I know that were in natural health, and I got different recommendations and suggestions. And so that's where it really started. It was going down the rabbit hole. And I think that's the thing, is that you have to empower yourself. This is your life, your body, your health, you know, because you intuitively know. Like I intuitively knew what was going on. And I knew that if I didn't do something, I would end up in a wheelchair. I knew that. So I did. I gave it my all, and I found my answers. And I found my answers. And one thing led to another. And again, it was wellness, which I was on this path to heal my body. And I did. And I found this most amazing practitioner that I worked with that studied under Dr. Bob Marshall, who's no longer on this planet now. And he was the one that started me off with applied kinesiology. So after I was healing myself after 9 months, I got so passionate about wellness in this particular way with applied kinesiology and energy, because he taught me about mindset and the importance of mindset. And it was a simple phrase that you say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And can you be strong when you say that? And it was through muscle testing, you know, testing your energy. Your arm goes out like this, and then they press down, or this way, and you test the energy. And I was in an advanced workshop at this point. I had gone through the 4 levels. It was a master class. And there were top people all over the country, doctors, because I was the first group that was let in that was not a doctor, and to learn this. And all these people I watched were saying the statement, and their body was going weak because they didn't deeply and completely love and accept themselves. And then the next one was, I believe that I can heal. And they couldn't do that either. So the majority of the people were failing that. And that was the biggest aha for me, because it was my turn. And then I couldn't be strong in that. I didn't love myself enough, and I didn't believe that I could really heal. So that was the big game changer for me. And then he talked about your mindset and the power of your mind, and law of attraction, and how you create your reality with your mindset, which your mindset are your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and your patterns. And that got me thinking, because wellness was not just about nutrition. It was about a healthy lifestyle, yes, but it was your thinking. And what are you creating with your thoughts? What are your programs and patterns from your epigenetics, which is your environment, your family? What is the vibration that you are feeling? That is your frequency, which people could feel if they're tapped in. They could feel your energy, and that energy creates your beliefs. It creates your patterns, and then you keep doing it over and over again. So when I heard that part of it, I said, I have to go further. I have to learn more about the mindset. And at that point, I was in a success club called Gin, and had different speakers. And I was reading a book that had mentioned the Mortars and Dr. M.T. Mortar about mindset. And it was an opportunity to take this class. And so I did. I went to the live event, I took the class. And it was then that he told a story. Dr. Ted Mortar told a story. And he told a story how he ended up on the floor. He's a chiropractor, ended up on the floor with a back issue. And he was on the floor for a couple weeks. And the cause of it was his thoughts. It was his thinking. It was his thinking. And to heal his back, he had to get to the cause, which is the thoughts. That was a game changer for me again, because I realized that it just wasn't the healthy lifestyle and the nutrition, it was the thoughts. So there's a whole package, and that is the healthy lifestyle, because a healthy lifestyle is about your nutrition, your sleep, your thoughts, your meditation, your mindfulness, your belief system. And your movement. It's all of that, because then you get to the place where your body can heal, and then the body can heal because you have the divine healing power in your body. That's how you heal. Why you can't heal is because there's interferences, and it could be any of those that I mentioned, but the most important is the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Most important. So I went down that path, and because I had been so intuitive, I was reading energy and feeling energy, and again, I allowed myself to tap in more and more and to accept that part of me, because I was a closet spiritual person my whole life. I didn't want people to know that I was spiritual, that I had gifts and talents and intuition. I didn't want people to know because they thought I was weird to begin with. So for me to then let this out, I thought they would just be judging me and criticizing me. So I kept it to myself. And even when I was a practitioner, I kept it very low key. I kept it very low key as to what I did. But it wasn't until the last 2 years when I really went down this beautiful path for my spirituality. I mean, talking deep, that I had gotten to the very deep, dark side shadow of myself
Yeah.
to let things go. And then realizing I can't hide this because this is the truth and this is who I am. And so then I went very public with it. And, I wrote 2 chapters in 2 different books, and I put it in there and talked very much about it. And this is what I do now. And I help people connect with the divine power that they have within them, and all energy work and tapping in. So when you had mentioned all these things I did and I do, it was this evolution over 20 years. I started in corporate America. I was in corporate America, and I was a trainer in corporate America. And it was my start to learn about personal growth. And then everything just evolved and unfolded. And it was my journey of my stuff. And then my mess became my message.
Yes. That is so beautiful because I can sense and I can feel everyone kind of has that mess right now, either
Mm-hmm.
or dealing with it right now. We can all even relate that we have this deep feeling, this spiritual side. We're all spiritual beings, and it's a degree of which we're kind of embodying it or letting it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love how you tell your story because it's so empowering to the person right now that wants to explore these feelings and these thoughts and these deep knowings within themselves without feeling crazy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Without being
Yeah.
talked about or whatever these judgmental things we have in our head, these programs, but being able to overcome that like you did and powerfully you did. You started with a book and now you're just going public with it. And we're going to get into more of what she does with this work too in a little bit. But going on to these negative blocks, because we all know that we are most happy when we're creating, when we're
Mm-hmm.
feeling creative,
Yeah.
we're not feeling stuck. We're
Yeah.
creating better relationships, our better ourselves, a painting, a better income, whatever it is, where we feel really good. We're as growers, but there's these blocks. So I want to get into a little bit more. Can you speak to us, Joanne? What are these negative blocks that are like bogging us down?
They started from, this is like an eye opener. When I heard this from Dr. Mort, I was like totally knocked off my feet. They start at conception, and at conception is almost the strongest time that you pick them up. It's people don't know that, and it is the time, and it's so important for women that are pregnant to impart beautiful, positive energy and beliefs and thoughts and feelings and patterns, because the baby picks it up, the fetus picks it up. So it starts then, and it's your subconscious mind is a hard drive. It's the best way to describe it. It's a hard drive. It's a recording device. Everything from conception to basically about 5, 6 years old is the key time period. Because you're like a sponge, you absorb it all because you trust authority. Anybody's an authority to you because you're little. So it could be the parents, it could be the family members, the grandparents, the aunts, uncles, siblings, they're older, teachers, media, TV, big one, big one. entertainment, music, words from music. If you really sat down and listened to the words in music, you would flip out because they're not empowering a lot of times, most times probably. So you pick this up. Everything is recorded. So everything that you felt, that you heard, that you saw, that you were told becomes, it goes into the hard drive and it becomes your reality. You start believing it. So even little simple things like if your parents were very fear-based, don't do that because you're going to get hurt. Don't touch that. You're going to break it. Then you keep, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Maybe you won't make decisions then when you're older. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not good enough, because that's a big one. I'm not good enough. I'm not deserving. I'm not worthy. Those are the key ones. So it's all related to that. With money, same thing. Parents fighting over money, parents saying, I don't have enough money. You ask them to buy something for you and they say, I don't have enough money. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. So then you keep saying, when you're an adult, I can't afford it. I don't think I'm good enough. I'm not worthy to receive this gift. You just pick all this stuff up. So if you just think about this, just pause for a second in your own life and just think about it. If you are a recording device, and given in a given day, what is the stimuli that you have in your environment? What are you hearing from your friends? Do you have friends that are constantly in drama and constantly saying, this isn't working out, this isn't working out? Are you in fear because of the COVID and all the stuff they're telling you on TV? The deaths, the deaths, the deaths, the deaths, everybody's dying, everybody's sick. Then you're picking up that fear, and then that is going to become your beliefs and patterns and such. So it's everything that you've heard. So you can reflect back to your childhood through your environment, your epigenetics, and what were you around and what is the feeling? What is the energy of your family is a good indicator too. Go back and think about when you were a kid. And it's usually before you can recall. It's usually before 4 years old when you don't recall that you pick it up, because you pick it up and then it keeps growing deeper and deeper and deeper. It's wired in your brain, and then it just keeps coming up. And that's why people have these patterns, that they have the same thing happen over and over again. They keep being in the same relationship with the same type of person, that they keep ending the relationship and they start again with a new person, the new name, but has the same issues that are about you, not about the other person, about you. Same things with money, same things with how you look at money, how you avoid things, how you deny things. These are these patterns. And so it is in the hard drive, and the subconscious makes all the decisions for you unless you're conscious. But in this world of distractions, most people are not conscious. That means you have to be intentional with everything you do. If I'm going to make a phone call, then what's my intention? How do I want this call to be? I want to be really positive. I want to be uplifting. I want to be inspiring to the other person. When you're intentional and you're conscious, then you're not going to let the subconscious take over. But when you are triggered by fear and all the negative emotions of anger, sadness, you're triggered and you get into that fight or fight. And so then you go back to those patterns. So when people are in deep stress, their reaction is what's in their subconscious. And so when people have that road rage, that's in their subconscious. When people start crying because I can't handle it, that's their subconscious. And so that's all that's picked up, and it was all recorded. And then that becomes what you create your life with until you realize it. And then you're intentional and deliberate, and you focus on clearing these blocks. So everything that happens to you in your life, this is what I believe, is a gift. So when you're feared, when you're stressed out, when you're in anger, your reaction is your gift. Because if you're intentional and deliberate and aware, then you say, oh my goodness, what just happened there? What was I thinking? What was my feeling? Oh, I'm so fear-based. I'm afraid to do anything. Then you could do something about it. Then you don't have to be a victim anymore. You could say, oh my God, I'm empowered. I'm taking responsibility. I'm going to do it. And that's the best place to be. And that's what I encourage all my clients to be at, that place, is know thyself and be happy when something happens that causes the negative emotions, because that is your indicator. And that indicator is your gift that you can do something with. But most people aren't taught that. And so when these things come up, Then they go into victim mode, they go into flight or fight, and then they just keep creating the same thing. They get very sad, they get very depressed, they get angry. There's a lot of anger in the world right now, as you can see, right? A lot of anger. People are destroying properties and just being upset and yelling at people. Facebook is causing people to be triggered because you just say your truth and then people don't agree and then they go ballistic. It's not you, it's them. It's their response. So it's always that. You can't blame anybody because nobody causes your unhappiness. Nobody causes your fear. You allow it to happen by not taking responsibility. And the responsibility that you can have is know thyself and master your mindset. Be the master. Because if you're not mastering the mindset, someone else is mastering your mind. And you're like a little puppet then because you're being triggered and you're just going along with it. So you've got to master your mindset. And that's what it's about, is mastering the mindset, letting these blocks go, letting the fear go, letting the anger go that you've been carrying around, letting go of that belief that you're not good enough, because those are the three big ones. It's I'm not enough, which could be I'm not thin enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not savvy enough, I'm not good enough with finances, no one loves me, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, whatever. I'm not deserving. I'm not
Mm.
deserving of being healthy. I'm not deserving of being wealthy. I'm not deserving of being with a loving person who loves me unconditionally. And those are the ones. Worthy, not deserving, not worthy, not deserving, and not enough are the big ones. And
Yeah.
then we don't allow ourselves to be who we really are because we let these become our reality. And we could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 before we realize it. And sometimes what happens is you have to hit rock bottom is the best time. Because when you hit rock bottom, you're like, enough. And sometimes, like for me, it was 24 when I had that first aha moment. I had a really bad place. And then I really shifted a lot of things. And then I had the last one, which took me to a higher level of awareness. Because we keep growing. So we have higher levels of awareness on our journey. We start at one place and then we keep, if we're open-minded and we start looking for truths, we go further and further and further. And then we still have triggers. We still have things that we're clearing. We always do. As long as you keep growing, you will always have things to clear, always things that come up because you are discovering them. You are discovering them. You're rediscovering who you really are. And so what's stopping you from being who you really are is this divine being, are these blocks. So when I work with clients, I'm like, you got to get these blocks out, because once you get to that other side and you step into that divine power and you embrace who you are as a divine being, life is so amazing. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
You're in a flow and it's just so beautiful. And then you get to the place where you're like, anything that happens that is not what I wanted or planned, it is my gift because I'm somewhere, I'm off. I'm off. I missed something. I'm operating with the subconscious in a way that is not for my best and highest good. And then you can keep delving and going further and let it go.
Yeah.
And then you totally embrace it, and then you're so happy that you find it. You're so happy you find it. I mean, that's just it. You can say, oh my gosh, I just found it. I got triggered. I just found it. And I'm getting to the root to pull out the root, because you got to get to the root. Got to get to the root. And it's always going back. Dr. Bruce Lipton was the one that really enlightened me about that. I read his book, The Biology of Belief.
Yeah.
And he said, most of it happens from conception to about 4 or 5 years old. And then I studied with Dr. Joe Dispenza. These are my two big guys and the mortars who are the mindset people. And I learned so much from them, just learned so much from them.
This is so good. We are just like sparkles are going off in my mind. So I can tell a lot of people are like, yeah, like I get it, yeah. This is just knowingness spewing from us, you know. So
Yeah.
what I want to recap on, just so everyone's clear about what negative blocks are, they're programming. I mean, they're programs. Think of yourself as like a computer, and you're just being downloaded. You're receiving information from time of conception. I've heard up to 7 years old. but it's somewhere in that age where
Yeah.
our mindset shifts and it's more concrete after that, but we're more in hypnosis and we're more open to suggestion from that conception on up to a very early age. And at that time, we're sponging it up, like Joann is saying. So we're picking up data just from our upbringing, right? From things around us, our environment. And so we're downloaded. Those are some of the negative blocks. We have good ones, but also that's where some of those negative blocks are coming from. Also, what else? So we have the subconscious mind absorbing things from everywhere. We have our environment, what we're looking at through media, through music, the type of food, just the things that we're seeing, that we're taking in from our eyes, our ears, our mouth, our skin. So those are the negative blocks that could be hindering us and holding that disconnection, right? Keeping us disconnected
Mhm.
from our true self. So we have some of those are the negative blocks. And then now we're going to speak into how are we like uprooting, as she says, going
Mhm.
out there into the garden. We're now aware, right? You feel it. The good part is like you see that shortcoming of yours. You see that weakness. You see that block. It's ugly or whatever. It's right in front of you. But now that's a good thing. Joann says this is a really good thing that you're now self-aware. It's not buried or suppressed. When a
Mhm.
block is presented, we now can do something about it. So, Joann, can you jump right in and say we're faced with one? I like to call them Goliaths, like this big thing, right? We're faced with this nasty negative block. It's right in front of us. What can we do about it? What are some things that we can start to do to get rid of these negative blocks?
Well, it starts with, first of all, the awareness and the knowingness to be totally aware, and then ask yourself questions like, where did this come from? What caused it? So you can have a better understanding to let it go of what the cause is, because you always have to get to the cause. That's the thing, is that what I find in personal growth is, especially because I'm with a lot of people who it's not their first rodeo, they've been down the road with personal growth and they understand this, and they have a tendency to say, oh, no, 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 I'm positive, I don't have any blocks, I'm really positive, everything's good, because they've done all the personal growth work that is about the belief system, and they keep saying, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, and all this, but they don't believe it, so it's not changing anything. So you really have to get to the cause of it and then get rid of it, pull the root out, so that you can get rid of it permanently. But you can't sweep it under the carpet, and you can't just get clearing done. You have to do something about it too. So if I'm working with people and I work on an energetic level to clear, because actually, what you were saying, that the blocks go until 8. Yeah, absolutely. That's like the big time period, but you still get blocks today, no matter what your age is. Because if you allow yourself to be reprogrammed by all this negativity and all the distractions, because this is a big distraction. How many times you pick this up and then you get the news articles and things and posts, and you pick up and you just keep picking it up, and you've got to cancel it out in your mind. Otherwise, you're just going to keep feeding it, because you're feeding your mind like you feed your body. So that means you have to be in charge, and first of all, let go of all negative stimuli. That's a big thing. Have the awareness of what's causing it for you, but to master your mindset, a very simple thing that everybody can do right now is start eliminating the negative stimuli, the negative influencers. So that means turn off the TV. I can't find anything that's really positive and worthy right now to tell people to watch on TV. There's some beautiful shows like on HGTV for creativity that is good, when you want to learn how to do something, that's good. But as far as just a basic TV show, and for sure, don't listen to the news, because you're being programmed with what they want you to believe and to think. So start weeding that out right now. So start weeding out that. Now, if you have friends and family members that are very negative, you have to understand that that is influencing you. That it goes into your energy field, and then you're bombarded with whatever negative emotions. So people that have a lot of fear and they keep talking about it all the time, all the time, all the time, it is going to wear you down. It's going to start getting to you, because you're picking up that energy by allowing it in. So weed out all the negative energy that you have in your life. Read good positive books. Implant in with good positive books. A book that I love right now that I'm recommending to all my clients is I Am the Word by Paul Selig.
Mhm.
Read that. Read The Secret. Read this book, The Power by Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. Read books like that. Read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read books like The Magic of Thinking Big, The Magic of Believing. Beautiful books. Dr. Joe Dispenza's books. The Biology of Belief. Start reading those. Start empowering yourself to know your mindset, to know who you are. Read those books. Implant good thoughts. Radio, be aware of what you're listening to. Music, necessarily, the words are not empowering. And then you keep repeating them over and over again. I said I listened to something on the radio it was just on my radio, and it was so disempowering. And it was something that you would not want to say to yourself. So be very cautious about that. Listen to music that is uplifting, beautiful, high hertz, 528 hertz would be good just to do things like that. What is your surrounding? What are you surrounding yourself in your life? Get rid of clutter. Get rid of clutter, because that is negative emotions for you too. So these are simple things that you can do without spending any money to work with someone who's qualified to help you. You do that. Clear out your environment. Get rid of things that you have that bring negative emotions. Pictures from childhood maybe bring a negative emotion. When you look at it, you feel bad. It's probably not good for you then. Start weeding things out in your environment. Know that you still have that hard drive and you still are picking things up from people. So be aware of who you hang out with and what you're putting in your body. Cancel things out. If you have negative thoughts, just go cancel. If your thought is, oh, I can't do that, cancel. I can do this. I have the abilities. Start feeding yourself with good thoughts. I am in charge of my mindset. I take full responsibility for who I am. I am letting things go. You could say those things. I am clearing out this yucky feeling I feel right now. I am letting it go. Other things you can do is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for holding on to stuff. I forgive myself for being angry. I forgive myself for saying unkind things about people. I forgive myself for blaming other people. I forgive myself for not thinking high enough about myself. So these are things that you can do, and it doesn't cost you any money, and you could start clearing some things out. And the other thing I recommend people do is that you really do find someone that you are aligned with vibrationally, energetically, that can help you clear them out. There's lots of different ways to clear things out, but that you work with somebody who can pull it out from the root and help you. Once you clear these blocks out, that's when the work comes in on you. You've got to do something about it. You have to, because it's not enough just to clear them out. Because all you did was get rid of the charge, that emotional charge. So you get rid of the fear that's, based, or you got rid of that, I'm not good enough, so I'm calling in people that are destructive as my partner. I'm calling in people that don't love me. Okay, so you got rid of that charge, that emotional trigger that happened in childhood where it came from a parent maybe. But then you've got to change the pattern, because you then started reacting with a negative pattern that you do to this day that has to go away. That's where the work comes in on you. So that means your pattern started with feelings. It started with the thoughts that turned into a belief, and then you started taking action, which became your pattern. So that has to all change. And that's why it's challenging for people. And it's challenging to do that for yourself. I've always worked with coaches. I have business coaches that I work with. I have spiritual coaches that I work with. I always do. I clear myself on a regular basis. I do forgiveness. I do all that. But I still work with people because they see things in me that I don't see in me, because I have my ego, right? And it's blocking me. So I encourage everybody to do that. It's important to do that. And then you've got to do the work. You've got to establish the new patterns. And so that is, you got to work on your feelings. You got to work on your vibration, the vibration that you're emitting, the feeling. That's what it's based on, your feelings, your emotions. And then the belief. What do you believe about yourself? Because your beliefs aren't, here's the interesting thing, your beliefs, Dr. Bruce Lipton said this, the beliefs that you have that you formulated since childhood are not true. 90 to 95% are not true. They're false beliefs. The false beliefs are that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, you're not capable, you'll never be wealthy, I can't do this. I'm always heavy, I'll never be thin ever. I'm just always heavy. Those are beliefs and they're not true. They're not true. So we're running our lives on 90 to 95% falsities. So you got to break yourself free. They're like emotional chains. It's like this emotional chain. You got to snip that chain and set yourself free from it, and then do the work to change it. And it is work, because whatever you were thinking now has to be changed. Whatever you were feeling now has to be changed. Whatever you were doing now has to be changed. So if I look at like wellness, with wellness, if you're not eating healthy foods, why not? What's the belief? People will say, I can't afford organic food. Why not? Because you don't think you're good enough, right? You don't think you're good enough. It's not, I don't love myself enough to do that. So those have to change. You've got to love yourself deeply and completely. Got to start with loving yourself. I have a sign up there. I am enough.
Yeah.
You can see that. I am enough and I love and accept myself. That's part of what I have people do is they have to post those things and say this. So grab just on your computer, just put on a piece of paper, type it in, do a Word document. I am enough. And then the second one is I accept and love myself. Post it and keep saying that as you pass it by. Say it out loud. I love myself. I accept myself. Say that and you'll start shifting your beliefs.
This is so, I told you there was going to be nuggets of gold. She is giving you so much brilliant, high, powerful, high vibe information, you guys. Like even my pin is like going to town down here. You guys, it really is. These negative blocks, they're real. It's about self-awareness. You're going to have to come in and just evaluate yourself. Why are we not eating healthy, clean, high quality organic food? Why are we not doing the things we want to do? Why are we not happy? What's going on? When you come in, like Joann said, and ask yourself, you're going to get an answer. You're going to hear that block. You're going to see
Yeah,
what's holding you back, right? And then when you do, it's all about, all right, let's begin the work. Let's
yeah.
begin the work. And it doesn't have to be this, dreadful kind of thing. It's fun. You can come at it with the perception that, okay, I have this luscious garden. Let me just pull one, weed out at a time. And you will feel better with each weed. So with doing that, get a professional, as she's saying, we can do a lot of this work ourselves intuitively, but it's also so much better and faster if you can get a professional to work with you. They can see your blind spots, believe me. We have blind spots. They can see
Mm-hmm.
things about you that we just can't. We can on our own. So have that professional who's clearing out those childhood traumas, those blocks, those programs that we just inherited. We picked up as a child. So have someone clear out those. And then she's saying, look at what's around you, your environment, right? We're a product of our environment. What music are you listening to? What shows are you watching? Like, who are your friends? Who are you listening to? Because you are them.
Yeah.
You are a product of what's in front of you. So if it's negative Nellies, I'm sorry, you guys, but get tough and just start weeding them out. Say your love and peace. Change these things up with love. Just shift it with love. Get rid of things that aren't serving you. And then that's releasing the blocks, right? That's getting to those real darn negative blocks that are stopping this. Joanne, can you go into I want to I want everyone to experience their divine connection. Can you give us a taste of just going inside, releasing some of that negative, toxic, heavy energy that's around us so we can experience our oneness, our
Mm-hmm.
wholeness? Like, what is that creative feeling all about?
Yes, I can. And I kind of want to share with people that clearing your blocks, being who you are,
Yeah.
getting into rediscovering who you are is a fun path too. It's fun. Everything I do, because I'm fun. I'm fun in life. I believe you've got to have fun. You've got to love what you do and do what you love. And it can be done in happiness and lightness, even clearing these blocks. And when you're empowered, it is fun to figure out all this in your life.
Yeah.
And so the process that I'm going to take you through is it's going to help you connect to who you really are. I love to always be in nature. I live in Chicago, so I don't have nature every single day of the year that I can tap into because it gets cold here. But I get into nature. And the more I want to connect with who I really am, with the divine being, I go into nature. So I'm going to take you through a little exercise here. About 5 minutes, would you say,
5 minutes?
Erica?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is just close your eyes. It's always good to close your eyes so that you can slip into the subconscious in this beautiful place. And now visualize that you're in a beautiful place in nature. You've got to use your imagination also to get to this beautiful place because our imagination is so powerful. So imagine you're in a beautiful place in nature. Maybe you're in a garden. Your shoes and socks are off. You're feeling the grass. Or maybe you're at the beach and you're in the sand or wading in the water. Or maybe you're in a beautiful place in Sedona on a mountain and your shoes and socks are off and you're grounding to the mountain, to the earth. Allow yourself to ground, and this will allow you to connect to the divine energy that is in you and reconnect, because we get distracted. We have our cell phones and our computers and our life, and we're busy, 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 and we disconnect. So let's connect intentionally, like connect in that plug of the universe. Allow yourself to sink further and further. Take a nice deep breath in, slowly, deeply breathe in. Fill your lungs fully. This is breath, this is life, this is light, this is love. And as you are completely filled up, take a breath, or pause rather, and just give yourself permission to let go of your past thoughts and your future, what you're thinking about for the future. Let go. Be in present time. And exhale to let all your breath out fully. This will help you ground yourself and calm yourself whenever you're stressed. Is take deep breaths in slowly and deeply. Hold your breath and pause. Be grateful and then let out. So take another breath in. And as you pause, be grateful to the Creator, to God, to the divine for putting you here today so you can change some things in your life and connect to the divine. And then breathe out. And take another breath in, slowly through the nose. And as you pause, set your intention. What would you like to have happen as a result of connecting to the divine? And we're going to spend a little bit of time creating what you want in your life. So set an intention. And then blow out your breath. And put your hands over your heart. We're going to get a little heart-centered. It's important to get heart-centered because the divine speaks to us through the heart. We feel our intuition and know our intuition because we get it through the heart. Your angels and guides talk to you from the heart. So connect, breathe in deeply, and be grateful and thankful for everything you have in your life. Feel the gratitude. Feel the love. Allow yourself to feel, because we are feeling beings. Love is the highest vibration. It is the vibration of the divine. So if you want to connect to the divine, get to the heart space and get to the feeling of love. And there's different forms of love. There's passion for your life. There's compassion for yourself and others. There's understanding and acceptance. There's gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness. Those are all forms of love that you can tap into. And tap in and just allow the energy of the divine to come in. You can open up your heart center by allowing it in and just allow it in. It's just as easy as saying, I allow the divine in. I allow myself to be loving and passionate. I allow myself to be who I was created to be. Start with that. Open up that center, see it open, use your imagination and see that heart expanding and opening so that you can give love more and receive love more. And I'm going to take you through for 68 seconds. You're going to do a transmission of what you want for your life. So I'm just going to just guide you through before you do it. I want you to think about your life that you want to be living. But I'm going to ask you to put yourself in the place of you already having it. It is already. And so you're being grateful for having this life that you desired, that you want, and you're passionate about. And so you want to feel the emotion of what it feels like to have what you want. Maybe it's you're in awe because it's so amazing. Maybe you are so happy. Maybe it's you're so grateful for having this life. Focus on the feeling now. Put yourself in that feeling. Maybe it's just the feeling of love. Feel it now and start seeing what your life looks like, that you're so healthy. You feel strong. You're flexible. You're youthful looking. You are getting younger and more beautiful or handsome as you move forward in life. You feel vital. You have dynamic health. See yourself doing all those activities that you'd like to do. See yourself eating healthy food. And now we're going to go to wealth. See that you are doing the kind of work that you want to do. You're serving others in the way that you have dreamed of doing. You are helping people in amazing ways. You are getting so much meaning and purpose out of your life. And you're generously rewarded for the work that you do. You love what you do and you do what you love. You have the most amazing customers. And if you have a profession, you're working with someone in a small business or a large corporation, you love what you do. You're doing it with love and kindness, and you are excelling, and you are blissfully happy, and you are generously rewarded. You have everything you want in your life. You have all the money that you desire and need. And now let's move to love. You love yourself unconditionally. You put yourself first in your life. And because you do that, people look at you and they feel the love, and you are having an impact on them. And you are also, because you love yourself, you're able to love other people fully and deeply. And you have loving relationships with all your family and friends that are based on unconditional love to be who we are, to express ourselves. You accept and honor other people's opinions, your family members. You're just having beautiful relationships. You choose the relationships in your life, and you give and receive love. And there are beautiful relationships that enhance your life. And now let's move to spirit. And you are purposeful and intentional in your life. You have rediscovered who you are. You've rediscovered the greatness within you, the divine that is in you, your power of love and light. Everything in your life is what you created. And you have a strong connection to the divine. You have a connection to the divine realm, so your angels, your guides, ascended masters, and you are deeply rooted in the love and light of the divine. And you feel the divine's presence every second of every day. And now we're going to do this transmission of what you felt, what you saw for 68 seconds. And you're just going to visualize everything that you were visualizing previously of what your life is, it already is, and the feeling that you have, or feelings. It could be a multiple of feelings. Starting now for 68 seconds. Give it your all. Be grateful and love this life. And stay in the feelings. Feel in your heart these feelings. And see the vision in your mind's eye. It is what you believe and what you see becomes your reality. And now for the last 10 seconds, ramp up the feelings and be appreciative for what you received. And just put your hands over your heart and be thankful and grateful for what you have as you send it out into the universe and see rockets of your desire flying across the universe, going to the divine. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes and embrace this beautiful new creation of yours.
I don't want to open my eyes yet.
That's my favorite part of what I do. Helping people create.
That was probably one of the most powerful meditations I've experienced in such a short amount of time. Thank you.
Oh,
Wow. I felt that power. That was beautiful. Everyone, I know if you didn't get to do it exactly, replay, rewind it, and go through this again and give us your feedback. Email just to this thread and let us know. I would let Joann know exactly your experience. 'Cause that was so powerful. That is exactly what she was talking about, releasing the negative blocks so we can feel that creativity. We can connect our mind, body, and spirits and be one with our magic. I mean, be one with who we are, our universe. Wow, we're all floating now.
yes, I felt the energy, and I felt the energy of Derica, and I feel the energy. Whatever happens now, because we're recording this, and whatever what you feel now, it's
Yeah,
as powerful if you replay it over again
over and
and
over,
do it.
yes.
And yeah, everything happens because we know
Hmm.
a side of us knows, our higher power knows who is here. And so everything that was said and done was for the people that we know are here.
Yes. And everything that I'm right there with you. It was the blocks that needed and were ready and necessary to be released and your life was released. was shaken up and loosened up and melting away right there.
Yeah.
That was a powerful experience of what it would be like to work with an energy specialist, to work with someone who has your best interests, can see where you're at and where you want to go and be able to get you there. That's a taste of that medicine. And it's so beautiful. I mean, I love that, you guys. We talked about a lot today. Joann just gave us a lot of great nuggets of gold again. I mean, she laid it out. It's real. It is what it is. There's negative things around us, you guys, and we're inherited, but we can reprogram ourselves. We can
Yeah.
rewire ourselves. It's our birthright to find out who we are, right? To keep awakening.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you so much. It's so good. And I know there's so much more to come, but Joann, can you let us all know how we can experience more of that and get a hold of you and work with you more?
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're going to have a link for them, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
A link
So
in
the
the
link
email.
the link that I put together takes you to a page, which is, I do this meditation, and I've been doing this meditation since the COVID lockdowns in March. So it is 9 months now that I've been doing this, and I've been doing it every Saturday. I've not missed a Saturday, and I've been doing it every Saturday, and it's about 45 minutes to an hour of a process, and I work with you to activate your energy. So you're activating your energy, you're connecting. So it's a process to activate your energy, which gets you really charged up, and you can start letting things go. And then we go into heart-based, an example of what we did here, and then we end up with co-creation. So we co-create our dreams and then the dreams of the new earth. So what we're doing when we meet together is we're helping ourselves, but we're creating the new earth. We're changing things so that the whole earth will be connected and aligned with the divine consciousness.
Yeah.
And it'll be just this amazing, beautiful place. So we do that. And that's a great start so that you can learn a little bit more about my work and you could actually experience it and feel it, because the response is amazing from the people that have been there. Some people have been there since day one and keep coming back because the energy is within you, and you are becoming very empowered and understanding energy and how you have this energy, and you can use your energy to let things go, to get things unstuck in your body, to feel more energized, to be happier, because the reason that people are sick is because it's a low vibration. It's a low vibration in your body. And so you've got to raise your vibration. And meditation is an amazing way to do it. So it is meditation. It's a guided meditation and
Mhm.
activation and co-creation. So please come to that. You'll really experience it. Yeah,
Yes, it's wonderful, you guys. And Joann, this is free, right? Is
it's
this
free.
wow? Okay, you guys, like, just do it. Just register, sign in, jump in. I got a taste of this last Saturday. I jumped on. I had to do it. I jumped onto this, and I had my two youngest kids with me, and it was a wonderful experience. The kids jumped in, you guys. So literally, you can have kids. It could be on, it's lunchtime, so you could be on your lunch break. I mean, there could be stuff going on, and you could be in and out and still receive major benefit. Your frequency will be clearing and raising, like no matter what's going on in your environment. That call was extremely powerful. I mean, and there's really no reason not to do this because it's free. So I'm so thankful that Joann, you're extending this opportunity to all of us here, to the public, because am I right? Was it a closed group before, or was it just for Gen members? Or is it just kind of like, come on in, everyone?
Yeah, it's always been everyone,
Oh,
because this was something that I was guided to do. My guides
yeah.
basically said, "You're stepping up and you're doing something." I did not do this before. This was something, again, brand new, that I was guided to do by the divine, to do this, to put everything together in a specific way, because it was similar to what I was doing, but I have not done something like this. I
Yeah.
never thought that I was capable of doing a meditation, but everybody's like, "You're doing a meditation." I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's a meditation." But I was guided to do it, and so I knew that I had to step up in a big way to help change things, and help people get happy in this place where there's so much fear and so much anger. And so this was it. And so I just offered to everybody. I've offered it to everybody.
That
So
is
sometimes there's, 20 people on, and sometimes there's 40 people, and sometimes there's 100 people on. So it's just a beautiful experience. It's just a beautiful experience for everybody. And it really, the intention of it was to help people connect to the divine and to be in a place of love, happiness, and passion, freedom, peace, and joy.
oh,
Yeah.
and you're doing it. You provided this platform. It's here. And did you hear of this science where our energy impacts, like when we shift our vibration, we actually touch the lives of, is it 1,000 souls around our radius just by shifting? I don't remember how this works, but if we raise our vibration just a few notches,
Hmm.
that we really, it sounds like a selfish thing, but it's the most selfless thing, because as
Yes.
we raise our vibration, we are all connected in this web, and we are increasing others' vibration around us, like a large, I don't know the number exactly, but there's a large amount of bodies that we're reaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
There was, this was actually done in Washington, D.C. years ago, where there was so much crime that people said we have to do something. So they physically got together in Washington, D.C., and they did a live meditation in person. And when they did that meditation, the crime rate went down
mm,
afterwards, and they associated it with that. But there's over 1,000 studies done on meditation and the effectiveness of meditation.
huge.
So when you transform something and change in your life, that you get rid of that block and you change, then six people around you change. Mary Miller said that. Six people around you change, that inspires them to change and shift their energy. But in this
Wow.
meditation, yes, we put it out there in massive numbers. Feel it.
Mm. You
Yeah.
guys join on. Join on. We need you. I need you. You need you. Let's all do this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Joann, for your time, your wisdom, your powerful truths, and this transformation you just gave us for free. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to do this. I'm so happy to do that. And thank you for having me here. And thank you everybody for participating and viewing this.
Yes. Again, thank you, viewers. If you love this powerhouse with all these powerful truths, you're going to love the next vital ingredient. So keep an eye out for that. You guys keep smiling, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.